Chelsea, right?
Yes, I'm Chelsea.
Thanks for having me over at your house.
Thanks for coming. I'm so happy to have you. So do you want to do a house tour?
Yes, please.
Okay. I know this is like not an accessory. This is my mannequin. This is where I shoot my vintage. Here's the living room / my photo studio. Here's my kitchen. It's really ugly, but we're renting, so what can we do?
How long have you lived here?
We've lived here for about 3 years. I live here with my boyfriend.
Where do you find all this stuff?
Pretty much everything in the house actually is from a thrift shop or a flea market. I think the only thing that we bought from an actual store is the couch.
Where's your favorite place to thrift?
Oh gosh, Goodwill will always have my heart. Okay, so this is the bedroom. And,
so cute.
Oh, I lied. This is from Urban Outfitters, but pretty much everything else is secondhand, thrifted.
And what are you wearing today that's so cute?
This is a jumpsuit I sell at Artisan Fleas, and this is from another seller called Fiery Finish Vintage. I am obsessed with it. And then this is the jam room. This is my boyfriend's man cave. Gotta let him have some part of the house because my vintage stuff is like taking over.
We're in heaven.
This is my favorite part of the house. Like, it's totally my sanctuary. I love coming back here and like having coffee or reading or whatever.
Where'd you get this?
I have a friend he's like a woodworker, and he has a company called Funk Forest. He makes like these cool little mid-century succulent planters, but he started out by making day beds for dogs. We wanted a day bed, and we were like, can you make us like just a human-sized day bed?
That's amazing.
That's what this is, yeah.
This spot looks like heaven, so I feel like we need to grab something to drink and plop down for a little chat. How does that sound?
An amazing idea. Let's
Okay.
do it. You want some water?
Yes, please. First, Chelsea, I want to know what you do and why, what it's called, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. I sell vintage clothing. My company is called Salt and Bloom Vintage. So I sell vintage at pop-up shops. I sell to fashion designers for design inspiration. I sell a little bit online, and I do some fashion styling as well.
What made you get into that?
I've been into vintage and thrifting since I was a little kid. My mom's an interior designer actually, and she was always hunting for antiques. So I would go with her, and I would, go to the flea markets or antique malls, and I think that's when I kind of started getting into it.
So what's your personal style?
My personal style, well, gosh, it's so hard. I feel like the great thing about style is you can kind of wear different hats every day. So I feel like some days I just want to be comfortable and dress really minimally, like sweater and jeans and a boot. But other times I want to wear something like this, like a bright vintage jumpsuit. In general, I feel like I have some statement pieces, sort of like what I'm wearing right now, but I also kind of tend to have basics, like plain shirt, plain jeans, and I style it up with accessories.
Do you have any style icons or people that inspire you, or maybe something that inspires you?
Yes, definitely. There's so many people that I'm inspired by. I love the Olsen twins. They wear vintage so well. Alexa Chung is also a favorite of mine. And then if I feel like I'm uninspired, I will like go on Pinterest or Instagram. There's so much visual inspiration out there now that it's so easy to pull yourself out of a rut when you're feeling uninspired.
During your life and personal style journey, do you have any magic moments along the way that were a kind of a catalyst to either your love for vintage or your personal style? Does that make sense?
The moment I decided I really wanted to get into selling vintage clothing like as a career, there's a documentary called The True Cost, which is all about the effects of the fast fashion industry and on our planet and just, the people that make our clothes, what their lives are like. Because I've always been in fashion, but seeing how impactful it can be to wear secondhand clothing through that film really inspired me to make it a lifestyle for me and turn it into a career.
It's a Saturday. There's a big wedding that you're attending. You're gonna go in your closet or your vintage archives. What are you gonna wear?
Definitely a maxi dress, because I never ever wear them in real life, but I feel like a wedding you can kind of be a little bit more formal. You'll wear something crazy, like I could wear a 1960s printed maxi dress with like crazy big tassel earrings, have a little more fun with it.
What's your favorite versatile vintage piece that you have that you feel like if you use this item, it transforms a look?
There's two different things I can think of. I have a few different vintage denim jackets. If I'm wearing something that's a little out there or more dressy or just a little more wild, having a denim jacket over it really dresses it down and I think makes it a lot more wearable. But also just kimonos. Like if you're wearing a t-shirt and jeans and you have a rad kimono on, you go from 0 to 100, I guess.
Yeah. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for chatting. And what I really want to know is, can you take me into your vintage archives and can we play a little dress up?
I would love to. Nothing would make me happier.
Nothing would make me happier. I have to tell you guys, you know where we met? Savers.
Savers.
Yep. I was at Savers, she was at Savers, and then didn't you say like, are you Beach Style?
Yeah, yeah, I was like, I recognize you.
So I'm so glad we met. And if you guys want to follow Chelsea, it is Salt and Bloom, right? On Instagram. I will link it below. You can check her shop out and her fabulousness, and she has pop-up shops.
I do.
Right?
Yep.
So just get inspired by Chelsea, and I loved sitting down with her. If you guys liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Share this with a friend. Always play dress up. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.